They are using bond and the criminal justice system in Nacogdoches as a weapon to force these men into accepting and taking plea deals. But if you want to take a plea deal, they'll give you a court date immediately. If you notify the DA's office that you want to take a plea deal, they'll get you in front of a judge immediately. But if you want a normal, natural, constitutional court appearance, you'll be there for 6 months and longer without even a court date. Greetings, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the People's Global News Network. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another episode of the People's Global News Network, where we present stories, factual stories, without fear, without intimidation. We bring the raw, unadulterated truth to the American people. We tell the stories that most mainstream outlets are too afraid to tell. Well, we didn't come to lighten up, we come to tighten up. We're now going to talk to you about a story out of Nacogdoches, Texas, a small Texas town where, in particular, African American men and brown men, Hispanic Latino men, are being locked away in the county jail facility under petty criminal charges, given exorbitant high bonds, and some of them have been in jail up to 6 months and have never seen a judge. Can you imagine being in jail with a bond that's $1 million, $2 million for an ounce of marijuana or for 1 gram of crack cocaine? You got a $1 or $2 million bond, and you're in jail for assault charges, etc., for up to 6 months and longer, and you never have a court date. This is not only criminal, it's unconstitutional. They're using bond and the criminal justice system in Nacogdoches as a weapon to force these men into accepting and taking plea deals. But if you want to take a plea deal, they'll give you a court date immediately. If you notify the DA's office that you want to take a plea deal, they'll get you in front of a judge immediately. But if you want a normal, natural, constitutional court appearance, you'll be there for 6 months and longer without even a court date. Good morning, my sister. Please tell us about your husband and you and what you went through and what your husband is currently going through in Nacogdoches, Texas.
Well, first of all, my name is Martha Green. My husband is Michael Green, which he was stopped on a routine traffic stop. They said he was going 5 miles over the speed limit. And then someone called me to come to where they were. When I got there, I talked to the officer. He says, we just waiting for a speeding ticket to go through. He said, you can wait over there. He'll be released in a minute. So I sat there 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and I see the patrol car pull up with a K9 in it. So they had already searched his car for something. So then they got the K9, and I know they searched it for over 40 minutes, just looking, tearing stuff up, tearing it apart, this, that, and other. And well, anyway, with that being said, he said he was going to tow the car because he was under arrest for. So he would never tell me what he found in the car. Just said he was under arrest for something that he found in the car. But I'm standing right there. The car's in my name, but they towed it right up the street to a wrecker. A wrecker towed it. That was $150 I didn't have that I had to pay. So with that being said, the police officer came up there before he got to the jail and said, would you give me the key to go in your house? I said, well, for what? He said, we're going to search your house. I said, well, where's your search warrant? And so I was there paying the toll for my truck, for my husband's truck. And the next thing I know, before I even got back to the house, they'd already went in. They busted in the house. I don't know if the search warrant was signed. I don't think it was signed by the judge or whatever, but they had one. But they said the no-knock warrant would take 4 hours to get, which that was, what? That was like 30 minutes from the time they arrested him till they broke into my house. Well, that's what they did. They broke in.
So they go from a simple traffic stop because he was going 5 miles over the speed limit, 5 miles per hour over the speed limit.
Yes.
They pull him over, and according to what we have learned from investigating this case, ladies and gentlemen, according to the report, he was pulled over for going 5 miles per hour over the speed limit. We've also learned that the patrolman that pulled him over was going to only give him a warning because he had valid insurance, he had valid registration, and everything checked out. The patrolman asked to search the vehicle. He searched the vehicle. Nothing was in the vehicle. So they go to Mr. Green to give him the citation of only a warning. Mr. Michael Green agrees to sign the citation without a problem. Then all of a sudden, another car pulls up with a canine dog in it. They take the dog around the man's car several times after already searching it. Pop the trunk after already searching the trunk twice, and say the dog found a small residue of crack cocaine and marijuana. So they arrest Mr. Green. They subsequently, over some residue-sized drugs, I'm talking about not 2-3 pounds, not a pound, not 2-3 ounces. We're talking about small, minuscule grams, and get a search warrant to enter this woman's home and tear this woman's home upside down and inside out. And now Mr. Green has been sitting in jail, waiting really on court date. Like all of those other brothers and Latino brothers in that jail are just sitting there waiting on court dates. That if they wish to plea bargain, they can get one. But if you want to go to trial, or you want to have your day in court, and you want to file motions, and you want to examination state's evidence, or filing motions of discovery, etc., they are literally punishing you for exercising your constitutional right. It's a shame what's happening in that small Texas town, but over and over every week we're bringing you stories of these small rural North and Southern and East Texas towns where they are treating black men and women like it's still the 1960s in Texas. What has your husband been going through? What has this cost you and your family? And what else would you want to share with us about that day of the arrest?
Okay. Well, first of all, it cost him his job, his insurance, where he's diabetic, he has high blood pressure, he takes several different kind of medicines, so we don't have insurance anymore. He had recently had back surgery. They wouldn't let me take his medication that he takes for his back. And he has a machine he was supposed to be on for 30 minutes a day. They wouldn't. I took it. They wouldn't accept it. They don't let him use it. They don't let him use his back brace. And like I said, this was just recently. He's supposed to be doing this every day after surgery, but the sheriff's office wouldn't. They accepted it, but they don't let him use it.
So your husband has pre-existing serious medical conditions.
Yes.
You brought that to the jail's attention.
Yes.
And these prescription medications are directly from a doctor, a licensed pharmacy in your husband's name.
Yes.
And they are aware that these medications are mandatory for his diabetes, blood pressure, etc., his surgery that he just recently had.
Surgery, yeah.
And they have refused to give him these medications.
They won't give him the ones for his back. They finally started giving him his diabetes and blood pressure medicine.
And how long did he go without that?
How long was that? About a week? Almost a week? Until I got a lawyer. Yes.
So they literally was using his medications as a form of punishment.
Yeah.
And they're still using the issue of his back brace as a form of punishment.
Yes.
When a doctor prescribes he should use that daily or may never walk correctly again.
Yes.
So is it safe to say, in your opinion, that you feel that being in jail is almost a form of torture for him?
Definitely. It is a form of torture. It's like they have a personal vendetta or something against them. I can't explain it. Even what they took from the house. I don't know what they went in the house to get or what they took in there. Nobody could go in with them.
And they never showed you the search warrant.
Never, they never showed, I never saw anything.
And they never gave you any document of a list of items taken from the home. When by law, they're supposed to present you with the search warrant and give you a list of everything that they took from your residence. Did that ever happen with
They
them?
didn't present me with anything. It was after. They gave it to my granddaughter. I wasn't even there. So, like I said, I wasn't there when they went in the home. So, they gave it, my granddaughter was there. That's the only reason why we videoed everything, but
And
they just wanted me to unlock the door.
And there is video of all of this.
It's video, yes, it is.
And this went from a simple traffic stop,
Yes,
him doing 5 miles per hour over the speed limit,
yes,
to where they bring a dog and find some crumb drug residue and decide to treat him like a drug kingpin.
yes,
He's lost his insurance. He's been denied the right to have his proper medications prescribed by a doctor for serious pre-existing medical conditions. He's being denied access to court appearances like any natural citizen should. And it's not just happening to him, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening to other young black and brown men and black and brown men, period, in Nacogdoches, Texas.
yes.
It's frightening what's happening in these small Texas towns. To go into this lady's home and take items from her home and not show her the list of what you took, not follow the Constitution and show her a copy of the warrant, and you're supposed to leave a copy of the warrant with the resident, the homeowner. They didn't do any of that. It just goes to show you, in these small, rural Texas towns, if you're black or you're brown, they don't give a damn about you.
Yes, sir.
And it's hell to be poor.
Yes.
What else would you like the people to know, ma'am?
Well, if you're coming through Nacogdoches, if you plan to stay on Nacogdoches, you better watch your step. I mean, I just don't know what to say. I mean, one little incident, you lose your job, your insurance, your savings, everything. The groceries I had in my house, they opened up stuff and all in my. I just feel violated because they could have waited 5 more minutes for me to get there at least, because they knew I had to go pick the car up. That's why they did it while I wasn't there. And just.
And so they even stuck their nasty, dirty hands in your food.
In my food.
And destroyed all of your food.
A lot of it, yes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, brothers and sisters. This is only the tip of the iceberg in Nacogdoches County, Texas. This is the beginning of a series of stories that we hope and plan to bring you, the listening audience, the viewing public, and the men and women of this great nation, what's really still happening in America and how constitutional rights are being violated on a daily basis, especially depending where you are in the state of Texas. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your presence, your time, and please share this video. Please like this video. Please be a continued supporter of this network, because this is the People's Global News Network. These were your stories are told without fear, intimidation, and where we let the stories be told as they are. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.